4, 3, 2,
1.
CTS Pop Culture Podcast, episode 34. We're getting close to 50. We're getting there. Not that far away. We're going to extra special surprise on episode 50, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
It's Kevin Feige.
It is
Sorry, I ruined it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, dang it. He's going to be in person in the studio. He's flying out just special for this. He told us he will tell us everything that's going to happen in the future.
Oh.
So you're really going to want to tune in. Tune in then. Okay. But since the last time we recorded, we've gotten, 3 episodes of Book of Boba Fett. Jace has sort of caught up on Hawkeye. He's watched a few episodes of Hawkeye. Morbius got delayed. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else. Mostly that. Right? Book of Boba Fett's the big one.
Yes.
Okay. What are your thoughts so far? Have you watched all the episodes so far?
Yeah, it's just 3.
Yeah. Okay.
First one, pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Second one, outstanding. Third one, pretty not good in my opinion.
Really? You thought it was actively not good?
I wouldn't say actively not good. I don't know. So the way I rated them, I think, was the first one was a 7.8, maybe even an 8. The second one was a 9.5 for me, and the third one I think I gave it like a 6.
Okay.
So I think 5 is kind of actively not good. 6 is that's
average,
pretty mediocre.
Just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that second episode, I think I told you that was the best Star Wars I've seen since probably season 8 of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I think it takes home. I think it's better than any Mandalorian episode I've seen.
Really?
I think so. I thought that the story, the dialogue, it was just awesome. I thought it was just awesome.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it too. I thought the premiere of, I might, as just an episode, put the premiere of season 2 of The Mandalorian over it, and then as
Remind me what happened in the premiere?
It's the one with the crate dragon.
Oh,
where they're on Tatooine.
That
one's pretty
one.
sweet.
Yeah.
And then
that's the premiere. You're sure about? That's not episode 2 of season 2.
100%. Because episode 2 of season 2 is the ice cavern when he is taking the frog lady, I think. But I'm for sure the premiere is that one. And then obviously the finale of season 2. I think I would still, just based on how sweet that was, I would still put it over this. But I really enjoyed that episode.
Yeah, I thought we can talk about the third episode a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Weird. There was some scenes that it was really weird. It was out of, characters were out of place. It did not seem like we were watching a Star Wars movie.
It felt like a little bit like the Spy Kids side of Robert Rodriguez's directing more than his kind of other better films.
Which are?
I'm trying to think.
He's done other Star Wars stuff before, hasn't he?
He did some Mandalorian, right? I mean, it was closer to Spy Kids than the Mandalorian episode he directed when Boba Fett came back in.
Yeah.
I think if you were putting him there, there were a few too many Spy Kids elements.
Yeah, you have these cyberpunk looking characters.
Yeah, and
one has an eye, like a robot eye. I mean, it'll be interesting to see whether they continue
what they do
to
with
include
them,
because I can't imagine they stay. I mean, I've seen audience reaction to the episode and it was pretty overwhelmingly
people didn't love,
negative.
which not like they can change it now.
But they could cut them out, right? I guess they couldn't because it's already filmed.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see where they go with it.
Yeah, they felt a little bit out of place for Tatooine. Maybe if the show was taking place on Coruscant, right? You could see Coruscant has that vibe, right? Dexter
sort of
Jetster, the diner.
Yeah, you could say that.
The new retro future where it's you can obviously tell that whoever was coming up with what this future kind of techno place was it'll just be the 50s, but in the future.
Yeah.
So definitely had a little bit too much of that for me. The chase scene was really slow. Like physically, like they were moving slow, it felt like, which was weird. And I don't know, that's an odd one because it'd be so easy to change. It doesn't make sense why it was that the way it was, but I thought there was some really good stuff. The stuff with the Rancor I thought was really cool.
What's his name? They had Machete in it.
Yeah. Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo, and he's in everything Robert Rodriguez does because they're like cousins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's in everything Robert Rodriguez does. He's in like the Spy Kid movies. So I think Robert Rodriguez directed all those like Machete Kills, like those movies. But yeah, no, that was fun. The Rancor stuff was cool. I liked people were complaining about the scene with like Black Chrysanthemum, the black Wookiee.
Yeah.
People were complaining about it. I thought it was fine.
Which scene?
When he attacked him.
I had a problem with it only because I didn't like the characters that were defending Boba. If it was like the two, the
Gamorrean guards.
The Gamorrean guards come in and Fennec, they fight him. I don't have a problem with that. I do have a problem with they kind of built him up in episode 2. They gave him like a really cool shot in episode 2 where he's like standing over there, and then Boba Fett just kind of murks him. They throw him down, and then they just release him. And the Hutts don't even take him back. Get out of here.
I think it's gonna pay off though in the future. I don't think he's gone. I think he's gonna come back and defend, and we're gonna get some sick scenes with him in like a finale or something. I'm 100% sure. There's no 100%? Way.
100%.
100% sure he shows up again.
As an enemy or an ally?
I think as an ally because he owes Boba now because Boba let him go. Do you think, here we'll get into a little bit of theory making, do you think that the Rancor is a trap?
Yeah, I think 100%.
So. I saw people complaining about that, and they were like, why would the Hutts give Boba a Rancor and just leave? It's like, well, it's obviously like a trap. Like, it's going to attack him.
Well, yeah, and Machete, if you notice, in the last scene we see him, he's like, don't worry, he'll be back.
Yeah, it felt very
suspicious.
Yeah, that's the word. I felt it was extremely obvious that it was going to be not that the Hutts were a little bit sketchy in their giving that gift,
and they just up and leave. They're like, we don't want war on Tatooine.
And so I think that was a weird. I get there were valid criticisms of the episode for sure, but just kind of missing a plot point that was hinted at pretty heavily feels. I don't love criticizing that stuff because it just you missed it, and when it shows up again, you'll be, oh well, now I get why they did that.
Yeah. Dude, it's kind of crazy when we think of Boba Fett. It's kind of easy to forget that he was the bounty hunter for Darth Vader. It's like kind of crazy.
A bounty hunter for Darth Vader.
Yeah, a bounty hunter for Darth. I don't know. He was like, there was quite a few scenes where he's alongside Darth Vader. The biggest one I can think of is when they're about to freeze Han Solo and Carbonite.
Yeah.
But he was kind of he's kind of been around. He's kind of a bad A in that sense that he was with like one of the strongest Siths ever.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I don't know. I just thought that was interesting to think about because it's kind of easy to forget that he was in the original trilogy
for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it. He had 6 minutes of screen time in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
So that's another one that people are, oh, Boba, this isn't the real Boba Fett. Like why is he acting like that? And it's like he only has 6 minutes of screen time in the original trilogy. That's all we've seen of Boba Fett.
Well, except in Clone Wars.
When he's a little kid.
Yeah. So
adult Boba Fett, we have hardly anything.
Yeah, we see a lot of him in Clone Wars, though. There's quite a few episodes that are pretty much all about Boba, but yeah, we learn a little bit about him there. There's some cool stuff with him. Right after he loses his father, there's that really cool episode where he tries to get back at Mace Windu. So yeah. Anyways, Boba Fett, pretty good so far. Didn't like the third episode at all. But from everything that Tamara Morrison said, it's supposed to get really crazy.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I also don't. People are complaining. They're like, "Oh, it's not enough action." Which I don't know. I don't think, as long as the story's there, I don't care if there's any action.
So we differ in that a little bit. I don't care if there's any action. I could care if there's no action. But I think the bar for it to be a good episode the story building has to be there. And the bar for story building has to be higher if you're going to focus an entire episode on building a character's story. So I think you can make an episode that's way better than any other episode. With no action at all, but I think that you have to have the story building element and character development elements in there, or it's gonna fall short most of the time. It's gonna feel like a filler episode. But look at episode 2. I think you could have taken every fight scene out of episode 2, and I would still rate it amongst the best Star Wars I've ever seen.
How many fight scenes were there in episode 2?
So obviously
it was the train.
The train,
right? That was the big one.
Well, also when Boba Fett enters the bar and kills all those guys.
That was kind of a cool Easter egg, that bar. It was Tashi Station.
I don't remember.
Which it's from, remember in A New Hope, when Luke wants to go to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so they actually there's a deleted scene from A New Hope where they're in Tashi Station and Luke has this group of friends. They have those people in there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
funny.
Aged
up, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I've liked it so far.
Who directed episode 2?
I don't think it was Robert Rodriguez.
Should we just find out
just
real
look
quick?
it up. It might have been Favreau. I don't know.
Let's find out. So it was
because I know Favreau writes.
Steph Griffin.
Interesting.
Meet Steph Griffin, the Book of Boba Fett episode 2's Oscar and Emmy nominated director.
Huh. What else? Is it a...
Let's find out what else he's done. So he has, with her Oscar nominated short film New Boy in 2007, she followed that up with her feature film debut Run and Jump in 2013. Since then, she's made her name for herself as a television director. ABC smash Shondaland. I've never heard of it. The Americans.
Nope.
Oh, she's directed installments of Luke Cage, Bates Motel, Preacher. Yeah, those are some pretty
so
good
she's
shows.
done some stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool. It was good. Yeah. I think we also have a Filoni directed episode in the future, a Favreau directed episode. I know what's her name? Not Jessica. Bryce Dallas Howard directed an episode.
So let me ask you this. Filoni's the creative director over all of Star Wars, right? He's creative director at LucasArts.
Yes. Creative director at LucasArts.
So does he not have veto authority over Star Wars projects?
Not quite. Kathleen Kennedy, right? The CEO of Lucasfilm, she has veto authority. I think Filoni has some veto. He's an executive producer on him, and Jon Favreau are executive producers on all of these shows, but I don't know if he has final say. But definitely it is odd that you'd think he would have been that episode 3 had been this is a little weird.
That's what I was gonna say. Or maybe they afford directors just a lot of autonomy.
Probably, and at the same time, well, because that's worked in Mandalorian. Mandalorian, I don't think had very few, if any, not good episodes.
Well, I don't remember any not good episodes, and I don't remember any scenes where I was like, wow, that was pretty bad. Yeah. I don't think I ever said that about The Mandalorian, where I literally went, this is really weird.
So maybe there's a little bit of, that scene, that chase scene, it was bad, but it was very Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah.
It was, you could totally tell it was his style.
Right.
So maybe there's a little bit of, okay, maybe we don't know how it's going to go down, but we'll let the director do it because you can end up with, right, Mando season 2 episode 1, or you can end up with that scene. So I don't know. It'll be interesting, but I think that might be the last episode directed by Robert Rodriguez.
I saw people that were like, I never want him to direct anything ever again.
Weird.
I'm
Very reactionary.
He's had some really good stuff in the past. So to say that like this one episode, which was granted, I was like, this is pretty bad.
But episode 1 was really good.
Right.
And he directed that.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I don't really get it.
So he's hit on 2 out of the 3 episodes of Star Wars media. He's directed.
Right.
And you're saying I never want him to direct another Star Wars. I don't know. And especially it's hard not having the full show, because if those Power Ranger characters pay off super well, then maybe we'll look back at it and go, okay, it wasn't great at the time, but in the context of the whole show, it was fine. But
I think it'll be difficult. I think I actively disliked those characters. It would be really hard to change my mind now, I think.
But if they do, I think you could, and I don't even know if they have to completely change your mind, but just that they're not bad, they're just okay.
Yeah.
I think that improves kind of the view of it, but I don't know. I've liked it so far. I'm excited for the next episode. Then after Boba Fett ends, we've got 4 more episodes of Boba Fett. I think it's 7 episodes. We've got what's next? Is it?
I think it's
Obi-Wan. It's got to be Obi-Wan, and they've started doing some press for Obi-Wan, so it's got to be pretty soon.
Dude, best thing ever. I'm just so pumped.
Oh gosh, imagine if the premiere of Obi-Wan like doesn't live up to people's expectations.
It never does, right? But
it'll get eviscerated.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
But
because Jon Favreau's, I think, is he producing that as well?
Yeah, him and
is he
Filoni,
involved in all Star Wars from here on out? Him and Filoni are.
At least for the Disney Plus stuff for sure, and I would guess they're involved in film stuff too, but for sure the Disney Plus stuff.
Are we getting any? Do you think there will ever be like another Star Wars 3 movie?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
where
they've
do you think
already.
It'll be set? Do you think post?
I don't know. So I know we have several movies kind of announced.
Yeah, there's the Old Republic one that Taika's produced.
Taika Waititi doing an Old Republic one. Patty Jenkins is supposedly still working on her Rogue Squadron movie. Who's she? Wonder Woman.
Oh,
the Wonder Woman director.
Those are pretty good movies.
The first one for sure. The second one wasn't awesome, but and she's supposedly still working on it. But
dude, do you know who would be cool to have like do a Star Wars project?
Who?
James Gunn. I think that'd be cool.
I wonder if it's a little too like you're kind of always already getting that vibe with like Taika, because I feel like
maybe I guess because like you could compare Thor Ragnarok
and
Guardians
are right. I mean, they're in the same vein. Like they're gonna be together in the next Thor movie.
Who's
Guardians
doing that?
Are gonna,
Is that James Gunn or is that Taika?
Thor is Taika. Guardians 3 is James Gunn.
Okay, yeah.
So, but they're like together.
Dude, James Gunn has had some really big hits. Suicide Squad, great reviews. Peacemaker, very, very good reviews.
It's funny. I've seen like primarily positive on Peacemaker, but then there's some people that are like, "This is awful. This is horrible." Which is
it's
funny.
like a comedy, so
which
I think
some
people
are expecting something else.
Apparently, James Gunn wrote that entire series in quarantine, HBO decided to pick it up. Which is kind of funny.
That's sweet. Yeah.
So that should be pretty cool.
Guardians 3.
But can you imagine a James Gunn? I don't know. I still think you'd get a cool vibe with like a James Gunn movie, but you'd have to pick the right characters. You'd have to do like I don't think you could do a Mandalorian.
It'll be interesting to see how the Taika one is received. If people, because there's definitely going to be more comedy than any other Star Wars project.
Yeah. In
the past, so it'll be interesting to see how that's received. Because I bet you'd get a ton of people super angry if you got a Ragnarok, like the way Ragnarok changed Thor. If they changed Star Wars like that, you'd get a ton of people angry.
I think the nice thing is it's a one movie thing, right? It's not a part of a bigger project. So I think he's going to have the freedom and he's going to be able to choose characters that he can that'll probably still be canon, but that he can kind of tweak. We may not see him again.
Yeah, and it's set in the Old Republic, so we probably will never see the characters again in a.
I don't know, dude, because if you look at all the Star Wars stuff that's being released for like books, comics, all of that stuff is all centered around Old Republic
A
stuff.
lot of it's High Republic.
Or High Republic
High
stuff.
Republic, and
so this is before High
Tyka's is Old
Republic.
Republic. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is, who was this? Was this Revan? Darth Revan?
It's
Was
like
the Sith
young
at this time?
Sidious. Young Sidious is High Republic.
Young Sidious is High Republic. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Maybe I have
So
them
that's
backwards.
like the because High Republic is kind of right before like Clone Wars type stuff.
Mm.
So yeah, and even if you go to kind of the start of the High Republic, like young Yoda, kind of
Yeah.
that stretch.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So you could get a little more time before, but Old Republic is like ages ago.
So back to Book of Boba.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to choose one major character that you think is going to come in, who would it be? If you had to guess, just
I could see Mando.
really.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's like really big.
As
feel
like a cameo.
Okay, that's interesting. I
Who'd
personally
you
would have
guess?
never thought.
Really?
Yeah, if I had to guess, I'd probably say Mace.
You think?
Yeah,
I don't think they're
we'll
gonna
see
do it.
Mace.
I don't know. I don't think they're just the way things are going right now.
Who else would we see? Because the only other Obi-Wan is still alive at this point. Oh wait, no, he's not.
He's not.
I'm not thinking of Obi-Wan.
Han?
Ooh, Han's not a bad. We could see Han Solo, a young Han Solo.
You could see
for sure.
Han. Maybe I wonder about. I don't know if you'd consider her a major character, but people are floating like Kira from Solo.
Oh, or Chewbacca maybe.
Yeah, Chewbacca coming in would be kind of dumb. I don't know. But
I'd love to see Mace, dude.
Mace would be
You know
cool.
what's funny is people really read into this tweet the other day, and it was Star Wars, the Star Wars official
Like
Twitter.
official.
Yeah, and it was like, he's not done yet, and it was Happy birthday, Samuel L. Jackson. That was the literal caption. He's like, he's not done yet.
It's so hard to read into stuff like that though, because probably it's just some intern tweeting and
Yeah.
and it's Samuel L. Jackson and you're just whatever. But who knows? There's no way they would leak it like that. There's no way.
I mean, it's so non-specific.
Which also makes me think he's not going to be back in now. Because if he was going to be back
Reverse
in,
psychology.
they'd be on lockdown of like, you cannot imply that he's going to be in it at all.
Yeah.
But nothing's leaked from Boba, which makes me think there's some big surprise.
Dude, Tamara Morrison said that when he was giving an interview, he said episode 7 was like insane.
But to be fair,
So-
they all say that. They all say
yeah,
that.
I guess that's a good point.
But there could be something nuts.
There will be something nuts. I know.
Probably.
I know there will be something big. I just don't know who it
People
be.
will be mad if Mace comes back in and Boba doesn't like try and fight him.
Yeah.
But I don't think he would. The way the new Boba, the way the Boba in this series, where he's like, rule with respect, whatever. I mean, he hasn't attacked anybody unprovoked.
See, I would almost agree with you, but if we're looking at, granted, it's a long time ago. He was super young, but dude, young Boba hated him. That was like his whole goal. He just wanted vengeance for his father's death.
Yeah, but how long has it been since then?
I guess I
mean-
just can't see. I don't think they'd do it to Boba's character. I don't think he would see Mace and just be like, "Hey, help me defeat the Hutts."
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I could see them bringing in. Is Maul? No, Maul's dead.
No, Maul is not dead. Maul is not dead at this time.
No, yes, he is. Yes, he
because
is.
Obi-Wan's dead.
Obi-Wan's dead.
Obi-Wan's dead.
Yes. So you couldn't have Maul.
So people think we're gonna see Maul again, though. I think it's gonna be in. Oh shoot. What's his name?
Andor?
Andor. Yeah, they
it
think
could
he'll
be
be
in
in
Andor.
Andor.
Which is kind of the same vibe why the Kira guess makes a little bit of sense, because with Crimson Dawn. So, yeah, I don't know. I could see Mando. popping in to help in some
Be
capacity.
cool. Or do you think Luke, Grogu, or no shot?
No, I don't think in this.
I think with the Pike stuff, I think they're setting up for, sort of this would be really cool. If they're not, I still think it'd be really cool. But with the Pikes being reintroduced and onto Tatooine and all this stuff, it'd be really cool to, a new crime syndicate, and there's someone new running the crime syndicate.
Yeah, and that's where because we know Crimson Dawn has like a presence, is kind of the main crime organization at the time. Yeah, I don't know, because we're 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tricky. It's hard to think of who could potentially be around, because Han's around. If they want to bring in a original trilogy character.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be, I don't know. I love Han Solo, but I would love to see, maybe it is, I don't know. I would love to see someone else.
Yeah, but he's kind of the only one that you could, out of the main original trilogy characters, that is really makes sense, and like you could physically, because you can't bring in Carrie Fisher, or you can't bring in, or it'd be tricky to bring in Leia.
You could bring in Luke, but
they already did that in Mando. I don't think it would hit as well if you brought in.
Wait, so give me timeline stuff. What's happening right now takes place while the Mandalorian, right after Mandalorian season 2, correct?
Just about, yeah, because we see in that post-credit scene.
We could see Mando then.
That's why
we could see something that leads into, gives us hints at
Mando
Mandalorian.
3.
Yeah, that would actually. Now that I think about it, that actually is not.
Or like a post-credit scene. I bet. Do you think we get an Obi-Wan?
Oh, she
post-credit.
He's
scene,
on Tatooine,
but he's dead at this time.
Oh, I keep forgetting he's freaking dead.
But I just wonder if we get an ad for like an Obi-Wan trailer after Book of Boba Fett. We're supposed to get, this is not Star Wars. We can move away from Star Wars for a minute before we get back to the Star Wars trivia at the end. We're supposed to get a Moon Knight trailer today.
Oh, today?
Today.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really? That'll be cool.
I'm so excited. I'm so stoked for that movie.
That
was
really
always,
cool.
when they announced everything, that was my number one that I was excited for. So, yeah, I'm excited for that.
What's the next Marvel show?
Moon Knight.
I thought you said it was a movie.
No, it's a show.
Oh, it's a show. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
It's a show with Oscar Isaac.
Oh, yeah. That'll be cool.
That one, because then I think it's Moon Knight, then She-Hulk, then Miss Marvel. She-Hulk could be cool, I think.
If they go with there's a really cool sort of niche they could fill.
I hope they commit to courtroom drama.
That'd
be
cool.
Courtroom drama with superheroes.
Cool.
Pretty cool. I think would be sick, because I'm a sucker for like a courtroom drama type show.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
So that could be fun. Miss Marvel, I'm not as interested in, but you could be, because we know she's going to be in Doctor Strange too.
Yeah. So
that could be really cool. Yeah, I don't know. We've got a lot of stuff coming up.
It'll be sweet. Next month we have, I think it's next month we have the new Batman, right?
It might be March.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it might be early March. But yeah, pretty close. That's getting close. Morbius got pushed to April. Morbius was supposed to be like this weekend. This next weekend is when it was supposed to come out.
Weird.
But that got pushed to April, which kind of makes sense. It would have been tricky. And since it's like a Sony movie, it doesn't really...
Is that Marvel still?
We don't know. I mean, it is Marvel because it's a Marvel character, but it's not like MCU.
Does Marvel have to give would Marvel still have to give the go-ahead if Sony just said, we're making our own Spider-Man movie?
No.
So Sony could if they wanted.
Yes. People think it's like Andrew Garfield's universe.
So do you think Sony consults Marvel on stuff like Venom, or do you think Sony just does it?
I'm sure they consult if they're going to do anything.
Are they allowed to use the Marvel logo?
I think they have to use. I mean, they always, because remember at the start of Sony movies, it always says like in association with Marvel.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They can't use any MCU characters, but I think they can do just about anything they want with
Spider-Man.
With the Spider-Man characters.
Huh.
So like Venom, Morbius. I'm sure they consult a little bit. Like I don't think like Kevin Feige has any say in those movies.
That's kind of a scary
But
thought,
I bet they
don't you think?
consult, and well, it's just a different universe. So like who cares?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So it's not a big deal. But yeah, because we know it's a different universe now too, because Tom Hardy, Venom. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But we know there's a Spider-Man in that universe too,
Right.
because in the Morbius trailers, there's like newspapers about Spider-Man's missing. I think it's Andrew Garfield's. I think they're gonna bring him back.
What if they did a real life Miles Morales though?
Yeah, that would be cool. I want a real life Miles Morales in the MCU though.
That'll never happen, can it?
What do you mean?
Because Sony owns the right to Miles Morales, don't they?
Yeah, but there's Spider-Man movies in the MCU.
Yeah.
You could get, and I mean they've already hinted at it, right? Because Donald Glover played Miles' Uncle Aaron in Homecoming. Remember when he meets up with Donald Glover?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I don't want these, like, I've got a nephew in the area. Like, I don't want these, like, I don't want these weapons on the street.
Yeah.
So they've teased it. What I'm excited for is Into the Spider-Verse too.
Yeah, you love that movie.
It's my favorite Spider-Man movie.
That's crazy.
Number 1.
That's funny.
So I'm excited for that one.
That should be cool.
But yeah, let's see. Anything else going on in anything not Marvel, Star Wars?
No, I don't think so.
So I can think of. Okay, I want to run a card or two of trivia.
Okay, 2 cards each.
2 cards each.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I forgot how this worked. There were more.
Okay.
Okay. Star Wars: The Mandalorian.
And you ask both questions.
Okay.
You ask both questions. Both are worth 1 point each.
The child. What is the child's real name?
Grogu.
Yeah. Grog, Gore, or Grogu. Okay. What do the Jawas tell the Mandalorian that he sounds like? A Jawa, B, a Gungan, C, a Wookiee.
Gungan.
C, a Wookiee.
That question is so hard.
It's tricky. Yeah,
'Kay,
I know
my
the
turn.
scene. Are we alternating?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have 1 point.
Really? That's your question?
You
That's
got
insane.
what is Grogu's name? Or are you looking at the second one already?
Okay.
Okay.
How many Mandalorians rescue Mando from the Quarren? 3, 1, or 5?
3.
Yeah.
I was freaking out for a second because I thought it was, the scene where in the first season when there's like all of them. I was like, what on earth? Yeah. Okay.
What happens to the child when he uses the Force? He gets sleepy, he cries, he turns red.
He gets sleepy. Okay.
What are those questions
That's
compared to
pretty lucky.
mine? That's insane. That's kind of unreal.
Okay. So I'm up 2-1. Okay. What planet does Queel live on? For 1 point. A, Navarro, B, Arvala 7, or C, Alderaan?
Navarro.
Incorrect. It's Arvala 7.
Are you serious?
Brutal. I'm dead serious.
Did you know that?
I would have gotten it with the 3.
Bull crap. That's a bunch of that's a load.
Okay.
Give me the next one.
What is the name of Moff Gideon's scientist? A, Dr. Pershing, B, Dr. Afra, C, Dr. Lobot. I 100% would have gotten this one.
Pershing.
Yeah, it's Pershing. Okay. Well, best you can do is tie if I blank.
You're kind of unreal.
Blank.
Those questions you would not have gotten either of the ones I missed, by the way. Neither of them.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. What's up?
Which of Grogu's needs appear to be insatiable? Thirst, hunger. Okay, good one. What species is Ahsoka Tano? Human,
Okay.
Gungan,
Okay.
or Togruta?
Togruta.
Good one.
I
dude.
wouldn't have
That's
pulled that
funny.
one.
That's funny.
Pulled that one off.
Okay, we're doing one more each. One more each. Just for fun. It's like a
Okay.
fun thing. It's a fun thing.
We can't. You've got to. We'll find some other trivia stuff. Okay. For 1 point. No, I guess we're doing 1 point. Okay. Finish the iconic line. May the force be with A, all of us. B, me. C, everyone. No, just kidding.
I was like,
B is you and
okay,
C.
you.
Yeah. Okay. Where does the child stay during the battle between Mando, Ahsoka Tano, and the Magistrate? A, in the ship. B, on Tatooine. Or C, with the civilians.
In the ship.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
One more? Yeah, those were easy.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh, okay. This is
Let's read
interesting.
'em.
This is interesting. What droid does Queel reprogram? BB-8, R2-D2, or IG-11?
IG-11.
What color are the child's nails? White, black, or yellow?
I'm going to say yellow.
Correct. Good job.
Yeah.
That was tricky.
I was just thinking of Yoda. Like what color? Okay. It's another victory for Henry.
Okay, that's enough.
We'll have to find some other trivia. That's fun, too.
Yeah.
Mix in some Marvel or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Let's
Okay.
wrap it up there.
CTSPC.